We go! We are live from, where are you? North Carolina. In a very rainy, but pool is open. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. March the 20th, year of our Lord 2023. Hat tip to my boy Josh Pate. The idea of the date and the steel. Good morning, Ryzak.
It's gorgeous here in North Carolina today, Jeff. I think it's going to be like 84 degrees. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference, finals. What else could I expect for today?
It's going to be in the 20s here.
That's amazing.
The pool is a nice, refreshing 61 degrees. The word you're looking for, folks. Refreshing.
How do you go to a pool in Canada and not have a heater?
Heaters are for wimps. Although there's rumors we are there's rumors that we are going to buy a pool heater today. There are rumors to that effect. But I'm just but it's a nice.
I think
you have a
cryo chamber at least.
The word the word I tell the Biggle Mac. It's refreshing.
It's refreshing. I've actually looked into that. Have you paid attention to any of the benefits from that cold water treatment?
I see people posting stuff and saying it's pretty good. And some celebs.
They have these
other
portable
people who don't have as good a body as me promoting it. So
Well, no, I don't think it shouldn't necessarily have anything to do with anyone's body per se, but if you feel pain, if you want longevity of your joints and things, there's a lot of studies out there right now that show 11 minutes a week soaking your body in ice water for 11 minutes a week can add years to your life.
Kevin Hart used to do that show where he would take celebrities and dive in the water.
And I think that show in itself really kind of put that topic out there for the mainstream public, but because I've been following cryo for a while because of LeBron. He's been a big advocate for a lot of these things throughout his career, and a 20-year NBA career still playing at the level he is. My goodness,
what's he done lately?
What's he done lately? Jeff, he is an aging player, but he's still averaging.
I guess we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get to that. And
you always got the foreshadowing thing going on. I'm ready to get. I want to answer your question. I'm ready to go. Really set that up.
And Riley is still in the playoffs. They're still heading for the state championship.
They won.
They win the state championship. Do they get to go to the state house and meet the governor?
If they win, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and they'll also play, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the final is at Wake Med Park. That's where the ACC soccer tournament for men and women, and where the women's Final Four and championship was last year. So it's a decent size little stadium. The NC Courage professional women's team plays there. The U.S. national team has had games there. So, it's cool.
You should do the announcing. You should do the announcing there.
No, there's people out there that are better than me for sure, but I do enjoy it.
Gentlemen, we're turning it over to the game announcer, Todd.
They have one high school here that is they're extremely sponsored by Nike. They have like Nike banners all over the poles and everything. Like you can tell somebody in the area either worked for them or has a connection, but they have this announcer, and oh my God, he's like the radio VJ. He's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, and we're ready to go. And it's like, oh my God, dude, calm down. It's teenage girl soccer, right? Like, anyway, it's still fun. I enjoy
that. Is literally how I would be if I was announcing.
Would you?
That is literally how I would be.
I try to keep it respectful. I'm not going to get another chance to do it this year, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I haven't recorded myself doing it yet. But next year is her senior year. So I'll probably do some sort of documentary throughout the year of all that I do. I've been thinking about that. So
when I'm swiping through the TikTok, except for people in Missouri, I see a bunch of different radio guys and people there. They got their phone. They're just live on the TikTok and they're doing their. So you could do that from the games. Ryzak live from the game, and it could just be you.
If it was something somebody cared about, sports in general.
Nobody cares about the shit I post on TikTok, yet I still do it.
Yeah, the high school level, that when they're adolescents, they're playing like these travel leagues and things. You got to be real careful because there's just a lot of exploitation that goes on.
Well, I'm not talking about showing the kids. I'm just talking only showing you. You and
no,
you
and I get
with you with the DJ setup.
Yeah.
You doing the thing, and you.
Well, I don't take the turntables to the game. I pre-record all that stuff, but maybe. Yeah.
Oh, it's your senior year. It's your last year doing it. You got to bring.
You know what I did?
You got to do it live.
I asked the coach if I would be able to fly the drone at the school and make them an intro video, but it's against the rules to fly drones at the school grounds unless you get a waiver approved from the R&D team through the county. So I'm like, maybe I should get that waiver.
You got 6 months.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can make a super cool intro video with the drone. It would be amazing.
Do it.
Remember those old Nike commercials where like the camera swoops in and it's like following the feet as they're like dribbling, and then it goes over to the NFL player and they're like running through the line, and then the ball like goes to the basketball player, like
ball, and the drone can follow the ball into the net.
Exactly. I know. I'm thinking about it. So good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Purple Haze. Awesome. I feel like ever since Purple was on the show, like I'm having a hard time justifying my place here because she did such a great job. Like she was supposed to fill my shoes, and instead I'm still trying to fill hers. So it's kind of weird. But we got a couple of cool things to talk about.
What do we got? What do we got on tap? This has been a busy week of stuff crossing through my desk. I send Ryzak stuff every day.
We have the show built by Tuesday.
We do. I said that to Mr. Resident. I said it's Tuesday. We already got a show built, and it's only Tuesday, and there's all this crap going on. We're not even talking about Microsoft and Activision, and we're not talking about God of the War on the TFN. And
I think that's the hardest thing, is that there is so much you could talk about each week, right? But at the same time, a lot of the subjects get tired because you hear about them from everyone, and it's like, it's just, there's certain things that we talk about we don't talk about here.
That's why we put shit in here that nobody else talks about, like Disney, like Disney losing Mickey Mouse last week, like, and this topic that we're going to talk first.
Oh, there's another Disney story this week. Did you hear that one?
I've heard many Disney stories.
Disney has pulled out of all new future business. No future construction. All construction's halted.
Well, no, they're canceling the project, the Imagineers project, where they were going to bring over 150 1,000 people. 1,000 people? How many from California? They're going to relocate them, and they've canceled that project. There are some other projects they're still thinking of going ahead with.
But not in Florida.
No, they haven't canceled them yet because they're going to see how this, what happens. But yes, that one, the 1,000 people, and those were $150,000 a year jobs, $150,000 a year jobs, and all those people. Now, some of them were making plans to move, so now they've got to deal with all that, but not a big deal.
I try to avoid the political talk, but I can't help but watch from afar a lot of the stuff that goes on. DeSantis has this thing going on with Disney. Now he's got the new stuff going with Trump because he's got the Republican thing that he's got to, like there's just always stuff.
Always something.
Yep.
And I need somebody, because I don't understand this, because again, Bruce and I are Canadian. We don't understand this. Why is it like every year you guys are fighting to raise the debt ceiling? And why, I just don't, I'm not smart enough to understand,
that's a conversation for somebody way smarter than me, Jeff.
Yeah,
because I don't understand how we can continue to lose money every year, but magically continue to give money away because we keep printing it. And I thought that printing of the money hurt the value of that money
a little bit.
I'm not the person to talk about it with because I don't get it.
All right, excellent. Yeah, I don't.
You'll have to have a special guest on one day to talk about.
That's a completely different show. That is completely a different show. We do not talk. we don't really talk of the politics a
No.
little bit, but not a lot of the
I steer
politics
as
on
clear as I possibly can. I've lost a lot of really cool acquaintances from getting too upset over political and religious topics. I've learned my lesson. You know, we all will believe what we
Well,
want to believe, and some people do not like to accept other people's points of view. It's just as simple as that.
it is true. We have our own issues up here. There's people that want Trudeau to resign, and the smart ones that we're like, well, that's not how our system works.
You guys can't even get Ryan Reynolds to buy the hockey team. Snoop Dogg's going to have to swoop in and buy it.
So, well, yeah, but then he's just
shows you what I pay attention to.
But he's going to end up just selling it later at a profit, like he did his little Mint Mobile.
I don't know, man.
Else.
I don't know. Snoop.
No, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Because he really wants Vancouver, right? Because that's where he's from.
He buys it, markets the crap out of it, and then he sells it for a profit. That's his thing. So I'm not all high on this Ryan Reynolds thing. I know folks. He is the Canadian spokesperson. I understand he's the Canadian spokesperson.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm not mad at him.
But anyway,
he's showing some smarts somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm. But speaking of making awesome videos, if you want to step up your video game, use the link in the use our sponsor Wondershare and film more, because that's what I use to make all of my cool videos. And it's got cool effects. And if you've been watching my Road to the Show, episode 51 today, I've made 51 episodes of that thing, and I'm batting a smooth 189. I'm
surprised that you haven't had like an exodus from the team within 51 days, like
because I'm batting 189.
Like they haven't sent you back down to high school baseball.
Oh my god, I'm batting 189, and I'm like, oh, that's a ball. I'm like, why?
That might even be an insult to high school baseball.
Why the hell did I swing at that? And it's like, oh my god, yes. And then I was supposed to have 4 games in episode 50. And I don't know, the game only put in 3, and it messed everything up, and I wasn't able to change my perks, and I got destroyed as a pitcher in episode 51 that airs today. Just little spoiler, I get destroyed in this game.
So it's safe to say that your character is not going to find its way onto the SI swimsuit cover.
I don't believe it is. I believe it is. I'm also too young now.
Probably better for everyone, because our biggest topic today is the SI swim cover.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, control yourself, okay? I know you see a hot woman on the screen and you're like, hey, got people around. I need to behave. It's okay. I got it.
This is not the OnlyFans.
I am fascinated by this. I'm absolutely. This is. What's so crazy about this topic is that we threw all this stuff together Tuesday. I didn't really talk to you until like late last night. I had already made this slide, and we come in and I say, Jeff, what should be our top topic? And you go, Martha's story. And I already had it done, because this is just like, this is so fascinating, right? Look at Perp. I see a convicted felon, right? We're going to get into that. Okay. Let's take a little trip down memory lane with Miss Stewart here, okay? She began her career as a model when she was 13, Jeff. 13 years old.
Would you have let Riley? Riley's just a smidge older. Would you have let her be a model at 13?
I will say I don't know, because it was a different time than it is now, because everything was printed publications. So there's still a lot of risk, and there's probably still some fear, but I don't know that minds were exposed to the craziness that we know now. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't alive, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
She became a stockbroker in Wall Street in the early 70s. Amazing.
That would have been hard
how
for a
many
woman.
people were in Wall Street in the 70s, Jeff, Started a catering company from her home in 1973. All right. That is it's the year my mom graduated high school. Yep. Found fame as a celebrity chef and designer.
I was 3 years old.
You were 3 years old in 73?
Yes.
Too bad you weren't 4 years old. It would have been a lot cooler year to be born.
Yeah, well, I was true.
She published her first book called Entertaining in 1982. That is a year after I was born, Jeff.
I was 12.
Her first issue of Martha Stewart Living magazine was in 1990. She became the first female self-made billionaire in 1999, the year I graduated high school. Mm-hmm. She was convicted of multiple felonies.
That's the year I got married.
1999 or 2004?
1999.
1999. And now she's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So,
but you missed the most important bullet point, is that she was on my 5 questions. She was one of the 5. She was one of the potential answers. One of the 2 women when Purple guest hosted.
She was. Now, I want to.
See, folks, that's why we're awesome. We bring everything back. We tie everything back up with a nice bow.
I want to say that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2019 that she sold her media empire, and she only sold it for like 353 million. And I know I'm saying only, but when I look at this timeline here and I think about success for her, really started in the 80s, right? So that's 30 years of success, and you can only sell that for 353 million. Since then, I believe I read that those products have earned over $900 million. So probably a good deal for whoever bought the company. But she has kind of turned into a little bit of a, I don't know what the word is that I want to use. Maybe it's risque. Maybe it's attention seeking. I don't know what it is, but I know Bruce put in here the whole shtick with Snoop Dogg.
We're going to talk about
there you go. Look at that. You ask and you shall receive, baby. That's the way it works. This ad right here being one of the things questionable in particular to some, right? Because it's subtly promoting using the lighter for other things because Snoop Dogg is involved in it, right? They did their little cooking show together.
You know, and if you were to show that, if you were to show that to people and say, which one of those 2 people has gone to jail? How many people would have picked the old white lady?
Yeah, I would. I think everybody knows who both of these people are, though. You know,
probably, but still.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think just by association, you know, Snoop's got like the gang thing, the drug thing, the rap thing, you know, whatever. So maybe more people would put that in. But I see a lot of greedy ass, money seeking, cheating old white people going to prison too. So, you know, they got the cooking show. You know, she's getting back on the map with Snoop. I think this is like 2016-ish time. And then the era of thirst trapping for old Martha here, right? 81 years old, posing in her apron. Look, I'm not opposed to this. Okay, I'm just gonna say, like, if this is how you feel about yourself, by all means, go for it. You know, little eyebrow raising because of how late she's doing it in life. And then this was the ultimate thirst trap photo, I think, that she posted to Instagram and really set the world on fire. So maybe that's why she got the swimsuit thing, Jeff. I don't know. But my question out of this whole thing for you, as somebody that has a business that does advertising, that does marketing, is there ever a candidate at any given time that is that you wouldn't want to give that platform back to because of the past? Is that like a thing?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's all about eyeballs. Look, we're talking about it. It was all over the news. Everybody was talking about it. I think over the last few years, I think SI and the swimsuit issue, you were mentioning it backstage, you know, this cancel culture. I think they've been sort of getting into trouble a little bit. So I think they had to shake it up. And then by putting on the 81-year-old lady, they're like, hey, look, you know, and they're getting all this marketing, and it's probably going to sell. It'll probably sell out. It'll probably sell more copies than they've sold in the last few years. I'm assuming, and I have no research to back this up, I'm assuming that the number of issues of that issue has probably gone down over the last few years, especially since everything is online. How many copies are they selling? It's not like in the 90s and the 2000s when we'd all rush to the store to look at that. So, yeah, and it's marketing. You know, there's no such thing as bad press. Get it out there, and you know, look at Apple. They make a piece of crap and they stick an eye on it, and then all the sheep run out and buy it.
I don't buy things based off of the ads. I buy them based off of my want or need or my research that I do into them, right? Like I do laugh and I do chuckle at certain things, but I'm not sitting there like, oh, I see Joe Pesci on the screen, I got to go buy a Snickers. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it doesn't do that for me. It doesn't really steer me one way, because I always like to go look at reviews. But especially with all the stuff that's going on with Bud Light now, right? And the media circus that's been made of that advertisement campaign for Bud Light, and they're dropping sales and everything else. Like, I wonder if when they sit in rooms and they come across decisions like this, I mean, they have to be looking around at their peers and wonder, should we push the button or not, right? Because there's a lot of money that's at stake. But I think Martha's done enough.
They're getting all this free publicity.
True. And I think that Martha has done enough with the younger generation crowd over the past decade to repair her image with them. I don't know so much my generation or your generation or those of us in between that have kind of seen more of it happen and kind of have a better take. But you know, the social media thing, the term thirst trap, like this is very much a young hip thing, right? And this is just feeding right back into that. I don't know. I wonder about the advertisement part. That's really what I set this whole thing up to as well. So Wendy Williams and Martha, yeah.
I don't know who.
Do you know who Wendy Williams is, Jeff?
I don't think I do. Is she a tennis player?
She's a talk show host, former talk show host. She actually got really sick a couple of times, but yeah, they had some things going on. I mean, Martha Stewart's always been linked around with Oprah as well, because of both of them having that media empire. And I actually was looking into our top list this week, and I was looking into a couple of different things, and some things you've touched on in the past. People, and I didn't want to go too close to that, but I was actually looking at some stuff around this topic of like female moguls, right? The data that's out there is just it's however you want to take it, right? I don't think that anything's really definite with what I was looking for. So anyway, Martha Stewart, swimsuit cover, 81 years old. Jeff's bought 3 copies already. Oh my goodness!
I got lots of wall space to put it up on, so lots of blank wall space here I need to put. So it's not retro though, so it can't fit in my corner here. But
that's true. Get you a big old poster.
There you go.
Insert.
I used to have the Cheryl Tiegs poster when I was in the 70s. I used to have in the 80s. I used to have Deborah. Don't call me Debbie Gibson. Yeah.
Do you have a I was looking at something real quick. I just wanted to
I also had a poster in my room with a bunch of sports cars and a bunch of things, and it says the one with the most toys when they dies wins. Had that poster growing up.
Oh. My question for you is, do you have a favorite? Is there an iconic or one that stands out in your mind SI cover? Do you have a favorite SI cover, Jeff? Are you bold enough to say that you do?
No, I never really. Yeah, we never. Subscriptions to SI was very expensive in Canada in the 70s and 80s, so we never had one. So, and then when did I start working? So 85, I started working in at a convenience store. And so that's when I would actually read SI is then, because I would be working and I would just take this thing off the shelf, and in between customers at night I would just kind of flip through it and read the stories. Same with the other magazines that were the top shelf in the plastic. I'd read those articles too.
The stories.
I would read those articles too. Yeah.
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 By stories, you mean all the captions of the pictures.
No, they used to
Those are
write.
my
They used to write.
tricks.
People would send in stories. People would write their own stories and send them
like
in.
a Dear Diary kind of thing.
Kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Well, who wasn't there a lady that was like a pen pal lady that was like real famous?
Pen pal? You don't mean Dear
Yeah, I thought
Abby?
there was like a lady that had like a section of a magazine where they would do that. They would like say, dear whatever, and they would like write her, and she would give like life advice.
Yeah,
What was it?
Dear Abby.
Dear Abby. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for.
All
right, moving along, Jeff. I've made it stale now.
What is her sister? Her sister Abby, and there was her sister that also did it as well. Purple. What's her sister's name? Abby. Dear Abby, Abigail, and I don't remember.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah, she's got a sister. She's got a sister too that used to do it as well. Nice. All right, NBA draft. Raptors got screwed. Although we're going to get a good pick.
Raptors get screwed? How did the Raptors get screwed?
Down at 13.
But they didn't. They were in the playoff play-in games. They didn't get screwed.
Oh, we didn't get the number one pick. Yes, Mad.
You know who got screwed, Jeff? The Detroit Pistons got screwed. The Detroit Pistons got screwed. The Detroit Pistons won 11 games last year, I believe, and they got the 5th pick.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons got screwed, and that's one of the.
That's Ann Landers.
Ann?
Was that Ann Landers? Was that Dear Abby's
Wasn't
sister?
she the Murder She Wrote lady?
No, that's no, that is Jessica Fletcher, and that's the character Jessica Fletcher. Murder She Wrote with Ann Lansbury.
Yeah, but they got the first pick 2 years ago. You know what, Perp? All right, let's just be honest.
Yeah, shouldn't they get the first pick every year? The Houston Texans are going to get the first pick in the NFL
draft lottery. Is BS. The ping pong ball thing is BS. Yeah. The fact that they don't televise it live is BS. The fact that they do it behind closed doors and then they kind of know what's going on. They got these cards and these envelopes already. They know it's BS, right? I'm a straight shooter. I want you to show me right in my face. Just show me. I want to see it. I want to know what's going on.
The Powerball lottery. You watch it live.
We do watch it live.
The guys picking the pinballs out of the machine, and the Powerball lottery is all. Our lotteries are all live on,
So I'm glad San Antonio got the first pick. I'm glad that Wembanyama is going to get to play for Pop. He's going to get to follow in the footsteps of Duncan and Robinson before him. Even the I can't even think of the big guy's name. Oh man, why can't I think of his name? There was another guy I wanted to drop in there, and I totally forgot his name. Dang it. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this right here because first off, this draft lottery thing, I don't like it. Jeff, I know you don't like it either. If you were the worst team in the league, you get the first pick, right? That should be how it is. Best team in the league gets the last pick. So I don't like the chance thing. We can have a whole conversation about that. Victor Wembanyama, talked about him a little bit last week. 7'4", Jeff.
Yep.
Jeff, I am 6'4". He is a whole foot taller than me.
He is 2 of Mr. Lewis's.
He is a whole foot taller than me. He has an 8-foot wingspan.
What's that? What's that in meters?
No idea. How many meters are in a foot, Jeff? I don't know.
I have zero idea.
Come on, you're supposed to tell me this.
I don't know feet. Metric is all base 10. It's easy to do. Feet is just some arbitrary number. Why is it 12 inches?
Do you want it in centimeters, Jeff? Like it's like 4,000 centimeters. I don't know. All right. I don't know. You all in your metric system. This guy is 7'4" and he plays point guard, Jeff.
Oh, he's 2.235 meters. Oh, that's tall.
He just calculated it. Oh my gosh. 7'4" and he plays point guard, Jeff. He shoots the 3 ball. He can drive to the basket. He can post. There's a lot of hype around this young man right now. So
I have to agree with. What did I say to you last night in our production
You
meeting?
did.
Look at his legs.
You did.
How does
You
his
did.
legs keep his body up?
The legs aren't as much as what I would worry about as a whole. It's the knees that I worry about. It's the knees, because you think about it, from his hip to his knee is almost the size of a person's leg, and then his knee to his ankle, the same thing, right? So he's got two legs essentially in one limb. Whenever he goes to stop on the floor and he plants wide to be able to cut back, that inside of that knee, whichever side it's in, it's going to want to go directly to the floor. I worry about his knees, and I hate when I listen to sportcasters and they talk about people and they put the it's almost like a jinx. It's almost like bad juju, right? Like, you shouldn't talk about stuff like that. But I mean, looking at this kid, I can't help but think about it because of the people that look like him that have come before him, right? People that look like him don't go on to have long NBA careers. I'll give you a few of them. Manute Bol probably had the longest career, but a lot of that time he spent riding the bench. You've got Sean Bradley. He was another one that was that tall. You look at Yao Ming. Yao Ming, although dominant in a few years, was only in the league for a few years. Shaq had probably the longest, most durable career, but he was 380 pounds. Like, I mean, he was just, so
he was a lineman that could, he was a lineman.
Right. And then one of the saddest ones, which is something that we'll know from this next one, was Greg Oden. Greg Oden was the #1 pick out of Ohio State, decorated collegiate career, and his body completely broke down on him before he really even got a chance to play. And so I just worry, especially with the fact that he's going to have the ball in his hands a little bit more. He's a slasher, he's a cutter, he's a mover, he's a shaker. He's not just going to be posting up and being the big guy on the team. That's not what they do anymore. Another kid last year that was drafted, not as tall, but still tall, still 7-foot kid, is Chet Holmgren. And he was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Never even got to play because he got hurt in the rookie league. Never got to play last year. So, yeah, Yao was always hurt. He was freaking awesome. He was awesome, but he was always hurt. So, put a little list together here of some notable #1 picks. These are, of course, not all of the #1 picks. There's other people that you could say, but all of these people are Hall of Famers in their own right, except for Zion at the bottom. Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson, Kareem, greatest player in the NBA history, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. Magic Johnson. Hakeem, I had a conversation with you and Crow last night. I'll pose a question to you publicly here in a second. Pat Ewing, Shaquille, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Yao Ming, LeBron, Zion.
Zion will be in the Hall of Fame one day because he came from, where did he play in college?
Fluke University.
I'm trying to remember where he went.
Good morning, Reaver.
School. Where did he go to school? Can't remember, but it has to be an awesome place for him to be drafted #1.
Wembanyama is the highest touted prospect since LeBron James. And that's saying something because Zion was all hype too, right? That's why I put Zion on the list, because Zion was a ton of hype, and he hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's a little bit different situation. He's 6'4" and 280, 300, right?
That's like you, aren't you? Isn't that
a
you?
Different problem. I'm not 280. No, I'm 215.
Okay. All right.
But this is probably the biggest hyped player since LeBron. LeBron
but you know what? Who cares? He's going to sell tickets. He's going to sell jerseys. He's going to make the money. He is going, and if he flames out after a year, who cares, right? I can drop a link to my to one of my Fanatics links, and you could go buy his jersey now. People are already buying his Spurs jerseys. So you know what? They're going to get a crap ton of marketing out of him, and even if he ends up, breaking his legs, God forbid, or something else, and he flames out after a year, they're going to make a boatload of money.
Well, and the Spurs have a French connection in Tony Parker as well, right? So there's going to be some comfort for him to be there. There's going to be some exploiting of the dollars there, like you mentioned, when it comes to marketing and such, right? I want to know what kind of what kind of player he is mentally, right? Like what I was going to say is LeBron came into the league and he was instantly crowned the next Michael Jordan, right? Like before he even played an NBA game, he was the next, like it was his time. Mm-hmm. And of all the people that have been put into spotlight throughout sports with that pressure on, I feel like LeBron is the most successful. I feel like he has done the most to achieve that bar that was so highly set for him, right? I want to know if this kid has that same drive. I want to know if he wants to be, better than Olajuwon. Does he want to be better than Ewing? Does he want to be, better than Duncan, right? Like, I want to see that from these players. I haven't seen that from a player in a long time. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about somebody else in a little bit, but it's just I don't know. There's too much marketing. There's too much money. There's too much fame. There's too much numbers that come along with this stuff. Just who wants to be the best basketball player? That's what I want to know. So I hope he has a good career.
It's all about the money. San Antonio,
everything is.
This may save San Antonio as a team, as a franchise. They may move somewhere else. They, definitely going to lose their coach if they, don't get this, as Purple said, right?
Yeah, no, I was going to just comment on that. I do feel like the Spurs probably need this, but you can make that case for everybody too. I'm sure. I know the Hornets would have loved to have had him. Me living in North Carolina, I hear a lot about the Hornets. But they're going to get what's his name, Scooter or Scooper or whatever his name is.
Scooter Magruder.
Magruder. And they're excited about that pairing of him and LaMelo in the backcourt. I don't know. I can talk basketball all day, Jeff. We don't need to.
I know. I know.
Wembanyama. There you go.
Anyways, we'll talk about this next year. We'll see how we will when the season starts.
In June is the draft, so
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll have to have anniversary topics.
Purple says conspiracy. I already see people wearing Wembanyama Spurs jerseys. Well,
you can get them off of DH Gate. You know what I mean?
So there you go. Good morning, Mr. Resin.
Mr. Crow Resin. Crow Resin already saw the show. I didn't think he was going to show up.
It is 6:30 in the morning out in the Pacific time zone for the Crow Resin. So appreciate him being here on a Saturday.
All right, let's talk
Saturday of a Canadian long weekend.
Let's talk some more sports right quick. Updates on all of our playoff activities.
We only have a few more weeks. We only have one or two more shows of these.
Yeah, NHL is up first. Both series have played one game. Florida leads the Canes. They went to 4 overtime periods. For those of you who don't know,
they were still playing hard. Like after 4 overtime, they were still playing hard. They were. Yeah. It wasn't that they were just kind of skating, going through the motions like we would have been. They were still.
And it would have been the case for either team had they been scored on. But you just think like those overtime periods are 20 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So they essentially played 2 1/3 games, like in one game. Like at some point, somebody's got to crack, right? At some point, somebody's got to lose focus for a second, or something's got, and that's exactly what happened. There was a bad clear along the boards. Pass was intercepted. It was thrown to Matthew Tkachuk right in front of the net, and he just wristed it by Freddie. I mean, it was so quick, but that's what was going to happen. It didn't, Kudos to the Panthers. I've told you I was nervous about them. They're playing well. Golden Knights won last night. They are up 1-0 over the Stars. So, like you said, next week I think we'll maybe be talking about who's going to the Cup Finals, or we'll have a better idea. But only a couple weeks left of this. So, if you're not a hockey fan, become a hockey fan, because playoff hockey is freaking amazing. But the Golden Knights game went to overtime last night. It was they scored in the first 2 minutes of overtime, but still, these teams are competing. They're competitive games, so it's good for hockey, I think.
Yep.
NBA playoffs, both
Miami 2-0 over Boston. What the hell?
And they were the playing team
that lost. The playing team that lost their first game.
And they have 4 starters injured right now too, or something like that, right? It's 3 or 4 of their starters from the beginning of the year are injured right now. So they're doing this with their bench team, essentially. It's phenomenal. Jimmy Butler is a maniac right now.
I know our
Poor
boy.
LeBron.
I know our boy Studi Presidente Dave Portnoy is not real happy with as the
Did you
Boston
see him
boy.
take off the shirt and say Celtics in 6? I said poor LeBron. Everybody's probably like, there ain't nothing poor about LeBron. I see an aging superstar that is essentially trying all of the tricks right now. He's trying to pull all the tricks out of the bag, and the Nuggets are just too damn good, Jeff. The Nuggets.
Is he just hanging? Is he hanging around? So is he hanging around so he can play with his son?
Absolutely.
Is he hanging around so he can play with his son? Because I know Frank Gore was trying to do that, but that didn't happen.
I would venture to say you're going to see LeBron do a la Tom Brady, okay, where he's going to be able to dictate what he wants to do for the next few years. I don't think LeBron just wants to play with one son. I think he wants to share the court with both of his sons. And so that would mean LeBron's got another 5 years.
All right.
Could you imagine that conversation? Dad, you did everything that you did to stick around for Bronny, but you didn't do that for me. Like that, I don't know if I could take that as a dad. So Sierra.
Yeah, but you're doing everything for Riley and doing squat diddly for Zach. I'm
That's
just saying.
BS.
I know.
That is BS and a half. Although sometimes it might feel like it goes one way more than the other.
I haven't seen the Zach hype video for his hockey. I guess you haven't shared that with me.
Have not shared that with you because his games don't get recorded like her games do. So
I haven't seen the.
And I'm going to tell you what, right now, if you've ever tried to take video of a hockey game through the glass, it's tough.
I haven't seen the drone video of him skating and doing the slide and the ice just up there. I haven't seen that drone. I haven't seen that drone video. A lot more videos of Riley than Zach, I have to say.
I'm excited to travel a little bit this summer and take the drone with me. I'm not going to take it to England, of course, but I'm excited.
No.
So, no.
I want you to take it to England, and I want you to fly it around Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I don't know that that's allowed. Oh well.
Did you see?
Who do you got in this, Jeff? Who's going to the finals?
Those of you that are in my Discord, did you see those awesome cakes that Sierra Rose made the other day? The little flat cakes with the writing in it, and she had the right. Congratulations and achievement, which is hard enough to write with pencil, let alone with icing. I don't think I could have done either word, and then I would have always been looking at it, going, "Did I spell it right? Did I spell it right? Is that how you spell it? Is that how you spell it? Is that spelled right?" Because I could totally see me effing up both words.
Jeff, do you see the Lakers?
Good morning, Ricardo.
Good morning, Rue.
Good morning, Ricardo, and the better of the pair, Nads, will be on Retro Rewind tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Ooh.
1 p.m. co-resident time.
Thank you, Purple Haze. Purple Haze is trying to help me get this answer out of you.
Okay. Which 0-2 team has a better chance of coming back? I hope it's not Boston.
Why? Why do you hope it's not Boston?
I know too many people who like Boston. So, there's Joe, there's my boy Ephraim, which nobody knows. There is obviously Portnoy. So I just hope
if the Lakers come back and the Lakers win the final, Jeff, you need to get yourself an Austin Reeves jersey.
I do I?
Yeah.
All right.
You should get yourself an Austin Reeves jersey. He has quite an entertaining story.
Okay.
I think you would like him. All right, we had this game last week on Saturday, right? This was the Arlington Renegades against the DC Defenders. Arlington came into the game with a losing season record. The Defenders had only lost one game all season, and the Renegades won the chip.
They did. They DC tried to make a game of it. They tried, but too little.
Late.
Too little, too late.
Yep. And we were talking last week about the XFL players getting all those invites. Have you seen after the game, a couple more had gotten some invites to some camps, but there's already some players that have been signed.
Yep.
So good on them. Good on the league. Good on what they're trying to do.
I sent it to you, and if anybody really cares, I can resend it. Our friends over at the XFL Analyst has produced a Google Doc with all of the players, all the stats. I believe I sent that to you.
Oh,
at
that's
one
awesome.
point. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
there is a
Very
Google
cool.
Doc out there that the our friends at XFL Analyst, which is just a high school kid, but he's put a Google Doc together of all the teams, all the players, and where everybody is.
Yep.
So,
and Purple Haze, I saw your comment there. I do I agree with you. I think the Lakers have a better chance as well. I mean, they've been in both games towards the end, although the first game was a bit of a blowout they had to catch up on. But all it takes is one win to get some momentum. So they get the first one back in LA. It's a 2-1 series, and then you just
never
don't
count
know.
out LeBron. LeBron can put the team like Steph can put the team on his shoulders and just go and score 80 points in the game and be done with it.
Just putting it out there, okay, there is some conspiracy around the NBA playoffs out there that there is a script and that the Lakers are going to win in 6. They're going to win the next 4. So I'm just
love the scripts. I'll have to get on the dark web and read that. Yeah, tomorrow is the great Sierra Rose's birthday.
Oh, we're gonna have to sing
tomorrow. She turns 21.
We're gonna have to sing some happy birthday. Finally, all that liquor she's been drinking for these years, she'll be able to do it legally.
Exactly.
It's amazing. What a great feeling.
Exactly.
Jeff, Ja Morant, some more Ja Morant. We talked about Ja Morant a couple of times on this show, and he didn't listen to us, Jeff, because he another video circulating social media where he was brandishing a gun. The Grizzlies have suspended him from all team activities for the time being. Remember, he just served a 10-game suspension for doing this a couple of months ago, right? And it depends on who you talk about or who you talk to, right? There are people that are okay with what he's doing. There are people that are against what he's doing. I will just say this, and then I want you to also say what you think as well. When you work for a company, your actions, even outside of that company's time, are scrutinized. Correct. And there are ramifications sometimes to those things that you choose to do. If I go out and there's a video of me circulating, punching somebody in the face, and my business finds out about it, I'm probably going to lose my job. It's just how it goes.
Got to protect the brand.
There's a certain level of professionalism that needs to be, done when you are putting yourself out there publicly. Now, what do you have?
Well, one, Bruce and I and Ricky, we live in Canada, so we just don't understand this whole gun thing. So there's that. And you got to protect the brand. The NFL #1 thing is protect the shield. And you got to protect. And the sport leagues are doing better with the younger guys, but I think they got to keep reminding these older guys that, just because you've been in the league, and I think suspending or getting rid of these guys, is going to send a message. You fuck up and you're gone. Pardon my French.
No, but it sucks because, I mean, you had sent me this here, right? I mean, this isn't. This is huge for his brand, his personal brand, right? And there's two ways to look at it. Number one, he's either going to get a lot of cred from one side, which is going to help, or he's going to lose a lot on the front end. Now, I would say that without having a product line, without having something that has your name solely attached to it, your marketing comes from your employer. And if you lose your employment, you lost a huge amount of your resource. I mean, and this right there, $231,000 is not chump change for being suspended from work.
Now, that is a lot of money for some people. Everybody watching this, that's a lot of money.
Huge. I mean, yes. Granted, when you put it into scale for him, maybe that's like losing $100 for you. I don't have that math.
Maybe to him losing a couple $100,000.
But when you talk about these athletes and you talk about their money and you talk about the ones that are smart and invested, we can talk about how many players have lost money. The one that comes to mind every time I talk about it is Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker signed that massive deal with the Celtics and lost it all 2 years out of the league. So you only have an opportunity to do this so much, and then that opportunity is gone. And when you take your own opportunity away from you, like what are you doing to yourself here? You know, and maybe he just doesn't have people to tell him this. Maybe he's never been taught this, but I just,
he doesn't have the right people around him. You're right.
I guess not.
He doesn't have the right people who are saying, no, don't do this. He doesn't have the right, and I'm sure he's got business managers, and I'm sure he's got of course he's got an agent. But there's only so much, there's only, we've
and I'm not going to get into
they're like, oh, that's when, oh, you got it. That's coaching.
Yep.
Why did he throw that interception, or why did he do that? That's all coaching. Well, at some point, the player has to listen.
Yeah.
There's only so much a coach. There's only so much an agent. There's so much.
Yep.
And
I don't want to think that I know about anything about where he's from or what he's gone through or what his friends have gone through, family, whatever. We all become the people that we are based on the things that we've gone through. I hope that for his sake, he can get somebody talking to him the right way, because he is a hell of a talented player. Right, and it would be bad for the game if he was removed for it or blackballed.
The dude is just an idiot, just as much as Kyrie is a toxic player.
Yep, it sucks. It sucks. I just, I still love basketball. It's my favorite sport. I love it. I like when I can, watch people play it at a high level, when you can just see that the game is so easy for them that the mental takes over and they're just like playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. Like I love that. And I've seen him do it. He's a great player, but like Tiger was a great player too. And then all that stuff happened. He started going downhill. So, I mean, if he doesn't have this kind of lifestyle, or he's not doing this stuff, is he going to change as a player? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's not really the topic. Okay, WNBA returns. Couple of things here that you wanted to mention. One I did. You want to start?
We Toronto, Rudigs will know this. We hosted the WNBA preseason game, and it was sold out, and it was a hit. And everybody, coaches, player, everyone had great things to say about Toronto. And I think Toronto would welcome a franchise.
So bring in the WNBA international, baby.
Yeah, I think So there you go.
I think that that top line there, right? As the WNBA returns, the league has expanded its charter flight program. Interesting to me that it was done the year after a team was severely penalized for the comfort of travel that they chose for their team. It was a big topic at the time, because this team was using more resource than other teams had available to them to give their players an advantage, essentially, right? And so now they're saying that charter flight program is changing a year after a team had to get kind of penalized for it. So to me, that's a kind of like, what? Like, really? Like, you couldn't have hidden that a little bit better? That's so right in the face. Like, I just put somebody in trouble for this, but now I'm going to change the rules to allow everybody to do it. It's just, I don't know.
But look at the women's college basketball. It had the biggest numbers ever this past season.
Why?
Why? I think it's become, people are paying attention. It's good ball. It's good. Let
me tell you why, Jeff. Let me tell you why. NIL.
I don't think that's the only reason. I think
it's a huge reason, because these athletes are now putting themselves out there in social media and gaining a following outside of whenever their games are shown on TV.
But they were doing that to a lesser extent before. I think that there's now more money to be made, not just NIL, but from the networks, and that's why they're putting it on the air.
Let me ask you a question, and let me preface this, please. I don't mean any disrespect here to women athletes, any of that. It's an honest question. Would you have watched, or would you have paid attention to the Cavender twins had they not been put in front of your face the way that they were?
I still have watched. You can go back to my tweets from other years. I did watch women's basketball other years, not just this year. And I've talked with other people who host sports shows, and I've talked to them, and they're like, "Oh, don't care about that. Don't care about that." Okay, but you can go back and find old tweets from other years, probably even pictures of me watching these games other years. So no, it had nothing to do with the Cavender French fry chicks. It did not. I've always watched and enjoyed women's sports.
I would,
and you can go and find tweets from mine showing, from the man cave, me watching them. So
I would say that, like with anything, when there's other topics around the sport or the players, there's always more interest, right? Like if somebody's said something stupid, people tune in to find out they're going to say something stupid again. If somebody does their hair a certain way, people tune in because they want to see the off court or the off field stuff. I think brings in more, and maybe it says a lot about me. I don't know. Maybe it just says a lot about how I feel about people here. But when especially when it comes to the women's sports, I feel like when it is sexualized, when it is promoted the way that some of it is, it's more enticing to people. And I'll give you a couple of examples.
You're not wrong.
I can name some tennis players from the 90s, right? Martina Navratilova was fading out, right? But you had Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. You had oh my gosh, Monica Seles.
Her and Christine Everett had a huge rivalry back in the 90s.
Sure. These were women that were at the top of their game in tennis. And Purple Haze, I'm sorry, I know that you probably want to correct a million things I'm saying about this topic right now. But I feel like when Anna Kournikova became this featured player because of her looks, I don't think that she was ever ranked in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she was ever considered to be one of the best tennis players, but she was one of the most popular tennis players because of her looks and what she did outside of the sport, right? There are female golfers that can say the same things. There are female basketball players that can say the same things, et cetera, right? So not to belittle the sport, not to be, mean about anything, but when you say that it was the most watched, and I know it was the most watched because I saw it, right? I think it also has to do with that LSU team and how dominant and how good they were. And then the girl from Iowa and how good she was, that brought a lot of stuff in. There was a lot of the chit chat. There was her like doing the shush thing. Like there was a lot of stuff going on that allowed people to watch that. But I do.
Purple Haze is fact checking you here.
Okay. I do feel that more was put into it because of a lot of those NIL things, a lot of those girls on TikTok and that kind of stuff, it was drawing more interest. So it was a long way of trying to get to that point, but that's what I think. So what'd she say? She was top 10. However, as a junior, she was #1 girl in the world. Also, she was a phenomenal doubles player. So there you go. So I do stand corrected. That's why I asked her because I know that she would know, but I don't remember her being a top 10 player, but I'm not going to go against Purple here. So, because I think it was like Monica Seles was #1 until she got stabbed, right? Arantxa Sanchez Vicario was up there. Navratilova was up there, even though she was fading out.
There you go. But to Anna's credit, she played in the toughest time in women's tennis, in her opinion.
I agree. It was brutal.
It's just her opinion. It's not her humble opinion.
Well, I would say that women's tennis was pretty competitive there in the 90s, early 2000s, right? I think Venus and Serena probably kept a lot of that talent from coming to the forefront because they were so dominant. But I don't know. I'm not a tennis player, so.
But I used to watch a lot of the Martina and Chris Everetts and some of those way back in the old days. Back on my black and white television, back in the olden days.
I'll be honest, it was Andre Agassi that got me into watching some tennis.
Well, there you go.
He was a rock star, so
There you go. I saw him He teamed
Capriati,
up.
Jennifer Capriati, yes.
I saw him. He teamed up with somebody who's the other loudmouth tennis player?
Agassi after he went bald. Was it McEnroe?
He pickleball like 3 weeks ago, like a month ago. They were and Michael Chan, and there was another and was he playing with Steffi? It may have been because that's his wife, right? I think they were playing against Michael. I think they were playing against Michael. Yeah, and they were playing pickleball. It was. Yeah. I think I tweeted it out. It was the hilarious, most funniest thing.
Don't sleep on Steffi Graf's dominance of the sport while she was number one, because she was a beast too.
Yep.
Yes, Capriati.
Purple's excited now. We're talking tennis, so she's right in there now because we're talking tennis. But there you go.
Wow, number 8.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe I should do some more research on things before I say them. Thank you, Purple Haze, for correcting me. I appreciate it.
That's why we have the chat to fact check us.
That's why we got friends. All right. We're behind schedule. Sorry, I elaborated too much. So Preakness, Mage, the Kentucky Derby winner, 8-5 odds, got the third position there. You're all about National Treasure.
Yeah, I love those movies, so I'm going with that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Nick Cage is not riding the horse.
If it was Coffee with Todd, that would have been my. I probably would have gone with that one. But it's not. It's Coffee with Chris, and I don't know who Chris is.
Chris still wants to drink coffee too.
I don't want to have coffee.
Well,
and I prefer
and I are going to have some tennis conversations.
I prefer Blazing Sixes over Blazing Sevens, but again,
Well, I mean, I think all the women in the world are rooting for Perform because they would prefer some performance, right?
So
men are not rooting for Perform because they don't know about performance.
It is today, so we'll see. We will see what happens.
I think horse races are interesting because really they have to corral all these horses and get them into the stables, right? So it's hard to give a start time for the race because you might have, they might got to do another circle around the track before they can load them or something, So I always find the start time of these races fascinating because it's like race starts at 6:07 and then at 6:52 you're still waiting for the race to start.
Yeah, because the last one said it was going to go at 5:57 or something, and it was
They just started bringing the horses out at that time. So
yeah. So well, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on before too, right? So
hey, what's the third leg of the Triple Crown?
The Belmont.
The Belmont. Thank you. Thank you. The Preakness is in Maryland. So there you go. I never went.
You have your big hat. Got your big hat ready?
I do not know.
Are you just rocking?
Nope. As soon as we get done today, I am doing construction, so
I'm just rocking
not wearing the big hat today. We've talked about the A's and their possible relocation to Vegas quite a bit. There has been a deal reached with Bally's to build a $1.5 billion ballpark at the site of the Tropicana on the Las Vegas Strip.
And what I find interesting about this is that these regional sports and some of these casinos and stuff, it's going to be interesting to see.
I still, I don't know how comfortable I am just by the whole betting and, I don't know. Seems kind of dirty. Seems kind of mafia-ish to me to have sports teams in Vegas, but whatever.
I'm still angry about it, but it's fun when my friends over at Action Network, and I see them. I love when because they post tickets that people have bet, especially when they're doing a 10 leg parlay, and you're like, wow, you're going 10 legs and that, and then sometimes they actually hit. They're like, they post the ticket and they're like, this guy's one leg away from a 10 leg parlay, and I kind of look at that going, that takes some guts. And some of these guys, we're not even going to talk Mattress Mac. But some of these guys putting up, and I just say guys, I don't mean that in the male term, because there are many women doing it too. And they don't say who the person is. They just say, here's a ticket by a bettor, right? So they never indicate who the bettor is. We don't know who they are. We don't know the gender or whatever. But so I love my friends over at the Action Network when they post some of this stuff, and it's just like, nice, cool. especially when they're multi-leg parlays. Multi-leg parlay, if you don't know, that's when you make a series of it. It's not just, oh, I'm picking the Lakers to win. It's no, you have to, and it's not just win or lose. It's that this guy will score 20. This team will give up less in the third quarter. It's all sorts of, prop bets, if you will, right?
Nice. I don't understand any of that.
All sorts of fun stuff. I could talk for days.
Parlay. Did she say parlay? That's what I think about. Oh.
I could talk sports betting.
This is a story that I thought I talked about last week. You weren't so sure, but we were talking about social media teams and how they have really done a great job to entertain. The Hurricanes social media team went a little bit further, and they actually hired New Jersey actors.
Overboard.
What's that?
They didn't. No, that's not 100% true. They didn't hire actors.
Well, celebrities.
They used Cameo, which you can then pay, and celebrities will then post a method, right? So I could get a celebrity, I could pay them whatever their fee is to do an intro for this show.
Yes, you could. You could, but they still paid for it. That's my point.
They
right?
did.
It
wasn't
not
free.
Like
they just went and hired. It's just not they didn't go to ACTRA and just hire some actors like a commercial.
So they specifically got some New Jersey celebs to do this, right? And the funny thing about it was that none of these fans probably know anything about hockey or know any hockey players, right? You've got the desperate or the housewives lady or the whatever she is. I don't know what that show is that she's on. You got like the guy in the Jets shirt here. I think he's isn't he like a baker or something like that? No, I don't know who that is. I don't know. The only one I know is on the right because my wife used to watch the Jersey Shore, right? So that's the guy from the Jersey Shore, but like none of them know anything about hockey. So it was just really funny because they're all like, hey, congratulations, Hurricanes. Hey, North Carolina, congratulations. You guys are awesome. And then as soon as they won the series, they posted this. So it was like the ultimate level of troll. So yeah, pretty funny stuff. But yeah, these social media teams are getting creative. It's fun.
Yes,
I like it.
They are. Yeah, yes, they are. And it was your Carolina, so.
And it was the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, Jeff, you have a top 5 this week. It's not the most difficult top 5, not going to lie to you. But I'll tell you where I got the list after you do the guesses, because that's what I really wanted to focus on, okay?
All right.
Your list for today, Mr. Janak. I want you to tell me the top 10 searched food recipes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
buddy.
God.
And this is not just like the US, right? This is per a search. So here we go. And see, I'm glad Sierra's here because this is all about Sierra right here.
It is. Birthday weekend.
Top 10 food recipes that have been searched, Jeff.
I am going to say, because of your and mine Thanksgiving, something Thanksgiving related. How long to cook a turkey, stuff like that, like around the Thanksgiving, like the turkey, the stuffing. Is that too broad of a?
No turkey. No turkey on here.
Is that too broad?
No stuffing. No Thanksgiving food.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Are you there?
I am.
Did I lose Todd?
Uh-oh.
Did I lose Todd? Hello?
I still see both of our squares are moving.
Are you talking?
Yep.
Did I? Is it me?
Yep.
Hang on, I gotta put the chat back on.
Yep.
Did we lose?
There we go.
It's moving, but you don't hear it. Is it my microphone? What's going on here?
Your microphone is working. Your headset is not. Your microphone is working. Your headset is not.
My headset is not working. I had to put my. Why is my headset not working?
There you go.
Why the hell?
My headset is not working.
All right. How about now?
I mean, I hear you just fine, but I also hear you through your computer.
Okay. Yeah, I turned on the. I had to turn the stream on so I could hear. Okay, I hear you now. I don't know what I did. Okay. What? Okay. So, so I said Thanksgiving, turkey.
Thanksgiving, no.
like anything related to that, like how to cook a turkey.
There's nothing
stuffing.
Thanksgiving related.
Really?
No.
Because I know the Butterball hotline is like, that is like, I figured a lot of people.
Yeah, that's only once a year, Like, think about all 364 other days. What do you want?
Something barbecue related? People are barbecuing. How to barbecue.
Not specific to North Carolina, this list, so no barbecue on here.
No, but a lot of how long to barbecue, how long to anything like, and I include smoking. How long to smoke food?
Like it's not. It's not about how the process is done. It's the actual food,
the actual recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like not. I don't want you to tell me like 4 cups of flour, 2 cups of water. I want you to say
that's why I thought stuffing
for baby back ribs.
That's why I thought stuffing would be on there, right?
Yeah,
how
stuffing.
How to make a good stuffing.
I know a lot of people just buy the box stuff anyway. So
okay, no, I know, but that probably hurts Sierra at her soul.
Crow Resin has a comment in here because I know you have the comments turned off. I just want to read this to you. He says,
okay,
because it's like the undertone, like the narrator would come in on the show at this point and be like, in an attempt to stall, Jeff goes to the old "can't hear you through a tunnel" approach.
Crow's not wrong. Crow is not wrong. Okay.
Come on, Jeff. What'd you have for dinner last night? I don't know. Give me something.
Some sort of how to make a pie. That would be something I would look up.
Okay, so I'll give you that one. Number 4 is chicken pot pie.
Oh, I was thinking apple or something.
Chicken pot pie is number 4. You said a pie, I'm giving it to you. Chicken pot pie.
Give me a half point because I don't think chicken pot pie is a pie.
It is a pie. It's got pie crust. I love chicken pot pie. All right, come on. What you got?
I do too, but I don't think of that as a pie.
What do you think of it as? Like a stew?
I don't know. Coleslaw.
No, coleslaw is not on the list.
That's something I would look
guess.
Up. That is something I would look up. I would have thought stuffing because I would have had to look up. But I agree. But a lot of people like the fresh stuffing. Oh, they're probably so obvious, and I'm probably just too dumb and too early. Too early, folks.
Yeah, well,
I want to say something like mac and cheese, but again, people would just buy it out of the box. I think now.
Mac and cheese was number 2, Jeff.
What?
Mac and cheese is the number 2 searched for food recipe.
Really? Don't people just go buy the box? The 99 cents.
I'm going to tell you where I got it after this. Okay.
Wow. I'm still surprised.
I'm going to share the list with you. I'm going to put it on the screen.
I'm surprised stuffing is on the list because that would be mac and cheese. Wow. I want to say some sort of soup. How to make like a wedding soup. What's that wedding? Wedding.
No
soup.
Wedding soup. Think more entrees.
More entrees.
Mm-hmm.
Pigs in a blanket. I love pigs in a blanket.
No, it's not an entree.
Oh.
Maybe it is for some.
I want to shepherd's pie.
That was a good guess, but no, it's not on here. I'm gonna give you one more, Jeffy, and then we're gonna show you what it is.
Mac and cheese, shepherd's pie. What else do people? What are entrees? I just give you one answer. My questions have one bloody answer.
You did it 1 week, Jeff. 1 week. Okay.
I got one. I got another one answer for
next week. Geez, here we go.
I got another one.
Brain teaser time with Jeff.
I give you. And it's sports related, so you should hit it out of the park.
All right. Well, we'll see. I'm waiting on one more guess here. LeBron is famous for this food. He does it once a week.
The hell does I don't know what LeBron cooks once a week.
Yeah, you should know. He's pretty famous for it, Jeff.
LeBron?
Yeah. It's on Tuesdays every week. What does he do on Tuesdays every week?
Beats the hell out of me.
Oh my goodness, Jeff.
What the hell does LeBron do on Tuesdays? Isn't he playing basketball?
He eats tacos. It's Taco Tuesday in the James household every week. You didn't see all those videos that he did forever? It was like Taco Tuesday. No, you never saw that?
Apparently not.
Oh my gosh. All right. Jeff.
Really? You got to know how to make tacos? Don't you just buy the little I was going to say Sloppy Joe's.
Sloppy Joe's is not on the list here. All right, Jeff, I'm sharing my screen with you here.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
I feel how bad the chat was laughing.
I decided because I am a member of the Google Bard experiment to use Google Bard for my top 10 list. And so I asked it to give me top 10 food recipes. Here's the list: chocolate chip cookies, macaroni and cheese, lasagna, chicken pot pie, beef bourguignon, bourguignon. I knew I was going to mess that up. I don't even know how to say that. Bourguignon, bourguignon. Pasta salad, pizza, taco, stir-fried grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah. So Sierra nailed like 5 of these things in the chat, right? Who the hell looks up how to make a grilled cheese sandwich?
I do have this. I am hung up on stuffing this morning. I don't know why I'm hung up on stuffing.
How many people need help making a grilled cheese? I feel like that's like the first thing you learn how to make, you know? No, just me? All right.
I don't know. I have a George.
Well, there you go. Our list today was brought to you by the AI of Google Bard. And I have no idea if this list is correct. I don't know where Google Bard got all this information from outside of Google Trends. But that's your top 10 list today, Jeff.
Doesn't it say its sources?
It just says according to Google Trends. But what is Google Trends? Is that something that's published that I can go look at, or is that internal data? The cool thing is that it does give you a description of everything. It like lists out what everything is.
Cloud and Console wants to know, do you use just one cheese? No, but I put ham. I put ham on my grilled cheese, so it's grilled ham and cheese.
I do not. I do use one type of cheese, but I do 2 slices of cheese. I put a cheese on each bread, and then I put them together.
Reaver's helping you spell it.
Say it like this, Ryzak. Bourguignon. Bourguignon. Is that correct?
There's grilled cheese, and then there's good grilled cheese. Up your culinary skills, people.
Like filet mignon. Bourguignon.
Not very.
I'm gonna tell you what, Reaver is hired, man.
I'm a good Catholic boy, a Cloud and Console, so I don't have to worry about being the kosher. And you know what I bought yesterday that I'm gonna be doing because it's piss pouring rain today, and tomorrow's supposed to be nicer. It got me the bacon.
Oh.
He says Lake Filet Mignon. Lake Filet Mignon.
Like filet mignon. Bourguignon. Bourguignon. I know it's called something else. There's like another term for it. What is it?
Potato. People make their own potato salad.
What is it? It's called like beef burgundy. That's what it is.
People make their own. People make their own potato salad.
Yeah, I make my potato salad.
Do you really? You just don't buy it from the store.
Ah, redskin potatoes, eggs.
Did I say coleslaw? Yeah, I was thinking coleslaw.
You did say coleslaw.
I should get a quarter point for because I was in that same.
They're like 2 totally different things, though, you know.
But they're all that same kind of, you know.
That'd be like you saying that what is the top like 10 salads, and me saying like kidney bean salad. It's not the same, or macaroni salad. It's not the same thing, right?
But they're both sides at KFC.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Oh, you guys have KFC north of the border, huh? Oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So fun fact, did you know this?
Can't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore.
You can't. Colonel Sanders, so the town I used to live in, Mississauga, Colonel Sanders lived there. He donated $1 million to the local hospital, and it was the Colonel Sanders children's the hell was it called? The children's like if you had a sick kid, you didn't go that you went to that.
Like a children's hospital?
Not a children. It was just in the regular. It was in the local.
Oh, it was like a ward. It was a ward of the hospital.
It was like it was like an emergency department for kids, though.
Children's center or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but yes, he lived. He lived in Mississauga. He donated $1 million. So we have a huge connection. We have a huge connection to Harlan.
Do you know what brought him to Mississauga?
I do not.
No. That would have been a cool story.
Store-bought potato salad is just not good, Jeff.
It's not. I agree.
I don't know how to make it. So that.
See, Jeff, you need to come to North Carolina and have some barbecue, and then we'll get you some real good potato salad to go alongside of it, and some good coleslaw for you to put on your sandwich.
I love the KFC coleslaw. You know, that fluorescent green.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
Jeff, you
that.
understand that that's
That
water and food coloring, right?
that is. I love that. That I when I'm at the Metro and they have that, I pick up a nice good
Yeah.
jug of it. I had some last week. I was eating it last week. I don't know if I have a picture. Did I take a picture of my grilled cheese with that? I can't remember. I had ham and cheese grilled cheese last week.
No clue.
Yes, I need now. I need to.
Do you consider a panini to be a grilled cheese?
I never thought about it. Sure, why not?
I'm asking for my own sanity here because after Thanksgiving last year, we had a lot of turkey left over. And so I basically made a panini, right? I was just making a grilled cheese and putting the turkey in the middle. And it's probably the best sandwich I've had. So I'm just wondering, does that classify?
I put ham and cheese in mine, but if I had extra turkey,
Ooh,
I never thought. I never thought.
calzones.
I had a calzone the other day. I went to pizza. I got pizza for Biggle Mac and his brother, and I ordered a calzone, big ass calzone. Bruce and I were talking about that
We have a
in my Discord.
pizza
Love
place
calzone.
chain here called Mellow Mushroom. Not sure if you've ever heard of that or if it's in your areas, but they have a really good calzone menu. You can get a lot of different ones.
Oh, I just said I want a calzone. He goes, "What do you want in it?" And I said, "What do you got?" He goes, "Whatever you want."
Yeah.
Whatever up top. We'll look at all our pizza.
Whatever topping I got, I can put
whatever you want. I'll shove in there for you. I'm like, all right.
Yep.
Load it up. Cover your ears, Ricky. I loaded it up with the meats.
Oh.
I loaded it up with the meats.
Interesting. And you're all stuffing today too. So
I'm all about the stuffing
wow.
today. So stuffing my calzone. I don't know why I'm all on the stuffing today. But I'm surprised, Bart. I'm surprised people don't look up. If they make potato salad, but they don't make stuffing. Is that what you're telling me? You people?
I mean, we get the store bought box of stuffing. Like, yeah, that's it.
But you'll make potato salad.
Yeah.
But you won't make stuffing at Thanksgiving. Wow.
I mean, I could, but then I'm gonna have to like cut all the bread and cook all the bread and do this. And I just don't. I don't want to buy mayonnaise type things from the store that's already pre-made because yeah, it's sitting in that cooler right now. But what if it was not sitting in the cooler for like an extended period of time and then that temperature zone raised or fell too low and then when I eat it I get sick, you know? I'd rather just make that stuff myself.
Okay.
Jeff's either frozen.
No, I just don't understand how you make potato salad, but you don't make stuffing.
I mean, I do make stuffing, but
no,
I
don't. But
box.
I don't mean that's not making stuffing. That's just taking it out of a box. Like
we
even like
have
mac
made
and cheese.
stuffing for Thanksgiving one time
cheese,
from scratch, and I swore I'd never do it again.
That's like mac and cheese. You just open the box, you pour it in water. That's
I got too much. I got too much to do on Thanksgiving. I mean, I got to make deviled eggs. My wife's making sausage rolls. Like we got potato salad. We got like all this stuff. That
Wow. I got to come to your house for American Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, we have way too much food at Thanksgiving.
I got to come to your house for American Thanksgiving.
And when we get together with my wife's family, there's a fried turkey and there's an oven turkey. So,
have you ever deep fried a turkey?
That's what they do, a deep fried turkey.
Oh, outside? Do you cook it outside?
I have not personally done it, but I've been there while they do it. They have the fryer.
So they do it outside?
Yeah, they've smoked one year too.
Nice.
So
nice.
I still want to do.
If you're going to deep fry, you got to do it outside. So you don't set the house on fire.
No, yeah, definitely. And don't put a frozen turkey in the oil, whatever you do, please, for the love of God.
No.
Jeffy, I gotta give you our thing back here because I know we're almost out of time. We did have something in closing too, right?
That's true. I forgot about that.
So one year we had like 4 turkeys. Well, you have an extra turkey every year with William there.
She has that every day. She has that every day. She has a turkey every day in that household.
So funny.
Turkey off. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a. And we could do it in October because it's still fairly warm where we are. And I mean, your American Thanksgiving. We up here just call that Thursday.
Do you have a Costco, Jeff? Do you guys have Costco in Canada?
We do. I don't like to pay for a place that forces me to pay to shop at their store. So I shop at stores where I can go in for free.
I got you.
That's
Well, paying for that subscription gets you some perks if you're down for them.
yeah.
Cheaper gas and better bulk prices, stuff like that. But anyway,
You know what?
Costco.
People often have said it's cheaper, and if you look at the price per unit,
Sometimes
you look at the price per milliliter, the price per gram,
Mhm.
they're about the same. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm getting 700 liters of ketchup. Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't.
There's
But
there's
it's
certain
the same as my 2 liter of ketchup that I just bought. The
there's
price
certain
per
things
liter is
that
the
do not offer you a better value, and then there are things that do. Like, for example, we went and bought some of that rubber curbing to like put around flower beds.
okay.
At Costco, you got a 2-pack for $15 of an 8-foot piece. At the
All right.
hardware store, you get one 6-foot piece for $12.
Okay.
So it's like it's like things like that, right? But if you're not doing a lot of that buying, if you're not purchasing that stuff, it's not that big of a deal to you.
And if you've got
Milk is a
you're
lot cheaper. Milk's only like $2 a gallon.
okay. Milk's not cheap here. Either are eggs. Doesn't matter where you shop.
Eggs are brutal right now.
Eggs are not. I bought a thing
Bye,
of
Sierra.
Bye, Sierra. I bought a carton of eggs. I thought I was a millionaire. Look at me, I'm a millionaire. Look at that.
Crazy.
I bought a carton of eggs.
Crazy. We actually tried to get chickens approved by our HOA so that we could put chickens in our backyard and have our own eggs, but they denied it. My wife's still going to try, though. We'll see. Jeffy, what do you got going on this weekend? You got Retro Rewind Sunday?
Retro Rewind featuring the awesome Nads and some other guy. Some other guy. He needs to study because I've got questions for him. I am pulling out like I do with you. I'm pulling, so he better be studying.
Yes.
I don't know what else he's got on plan, but he better be studying is all I can say. And then Monday, what are we playing? Monday's a holiday here in Canada. It is Victoria Day weekend for Ricky and I and Bruce.
Nice.
And Bruce,
what is Victoria Day for those of us that are not Canadian?
We celebrate Queen Victoria's birthday, which was technically on May 24th, but that's not always a weekend, and so it's always the third weekend of the month.
Why do you celebrate her birthday? What is her significance?
She's the queen. She was Queen Victoria.
She was Queen Victoria. She was just like the Queen of Canada, or like what is this?
Oh, we're a member of the Commonwealth, and
right.
So yeah, we celebrate her birthday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Just because you don't celebrate any other queens' birthdays?
We do not. Not as an official.
So that's what I'm asking. What is the significance of her? Did she do something for Canada? I'm an idiot here. I'm legit asking. I don't know.
She when we became a country, she was the queen that helped facilitate us becoming a country.
Nice. Okay. Because we don't celebrate like a certain president's birthday other than George Washington because he was the founding father, right? Like,
she was the
Christopher Columbus found America, even though he didn't find America. Like we celebrate all these weird things. So that's why I was asking, like, what was her significance?
Yeah.
Cool.
He was, when we became a country.
Now, isn't there a Victoria, BC? Does that have any relation?
There is. It does.
Okay.
It does.
Cool. See, I learned something on this show. Look at that.
Again, we
got Retro Rewind.
We kept the queen.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Monday, I will be back on the holiday playing with Biggle Mac and the Dum Dums. Sea of Thieves again because I effed up and we didn't do the special event that they're doing because it hadn't started yet because I only read part of the email and I didn't read the whole thing. And so when I actually clicked on it live, it went, this starts in 3 days. And I'm like, well, damn. And and the Biggle Mac and the Dum Dums are coming here tomorrow for a pool party. Biggle Mac's having Dum Dums over. So we're going to have Dum Dums.
Go get that heater.
Dum Dums. No, they said 60. So you know how I screwed with Biggle Mac? You're a father. You would enjoy this. I'll put that back on in a second. So we're in a group chat on Instagram with him and his two buddies. And I said to him, I said, oh yeah, Tyler was okay with it being 60 degrees. And he goes, I never saw that message. I said, oh, I know. I said, we're in a group chat by ourselves without you. And he goes, you're in a group chat without me? How are you in a group chat? Why are you in a group? What? You're in a group chat? He was just having a meltdown that I was in this group chat with him, and he stormed off, and he was all upset. Then he comes back down. He goes, "You're not in a group chat, you bastard! I saw the message that Tyler sent." But he goes, "But you said it with your stern, serious lying voice, and so I thought you were
your stern, serious lying voice."
I didn't know I had that, but yeah, I had Big Mac just wheeled them right in. It was awesome. But yeah, the Dum Dums are coming here tomorrow, and then we're going to be playing Sea of Thieves, and then Wednesday, if you're available, we may fire up Sons of the Forest.
I am hoping I am going to be available for that.
Crow Resin has a 4-time football field house.
He does. It's ridiculous.
No, because off stream we were trying to lay the flooring, and it took forever. And after about an hour, I'm like, I'm bored. I'm tired. I'm bored of it. And then of course I had left the Discord unbeknownst to me, and I was still just laying. I'm talking away, and no one is answering me. And you guys knew I was still working because I kept laying. Yeah. Anyway, so Wednesday, if you're not available Wednesday for that, we may still do it if Bruce is around. We may fire.
Yeah, no, I should be around. Hoping I will be. We've got soccer Monday. If they win Monday, then they play on Thursday. Tuesday afternoon, my wife and I are heading to the beach because we're going to a concert Tuesday night. I don't know if you know the band Incubus, Jeff.
I've heard of them.
But we are going to see.
Orchestra. They're a good little orchestra.
We're going to see Incubus because that is our band. So that's like the third or fourth time we're going to see them. But that's pretty cool. We're staying the night out there. So I should be back Wednesday afternoon.
The kids by themselves?
Put me in line.
Don't have a babysitter for the children?
We do.
Are you just going to leave some kibble out for them on the floor?
They're called the dogs. They're called the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I should be back Wednesday and able to play with y'all. So
it was too big. Well, it's too late now. You've built it now, Crow Resin.
We're not tearing it down. Tearing it down would be much worse.
No. Oh, and then after you left last night, somebody was attacking and knocked down some wood. Then I tried to rebuild it, and that just became a mess. And then someone was attacking us, so I pulled out the shotgun and just blew their heads off. And Crow Resin was yelling at me because I was fixing the wall, but it wasn't straight, and his OCD kicked in, and he had to tear it down. And he was getting out his mallet, and he was trying to making it straight. And it was hilarious. But yes, we may do that on.
He's a very meticulous builder. Very meticulous.
So So that, and then Friday I'm going to be back playing some retro. I was playing Rebel Raiders last night. I was in the plane flying. Man, do I suck. But anyway, and that's this week.
Well, it should be a busy week, and we'll have more fun stuff to get to next week when we meet again.
Yep.
But and then as far as this week is concerned, I know we wanted to kind of send us off on a little bit of a sad note. Somebody that I grew up hearing a lot about, somebody I know you grew up seeing, right? So anyway, lost another legend, folks. If you don't know, rest in peace to the late, great American icon, Jim Brown.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll see you next week. Hope you all have a good rest of your weekend.
We'll see you in the Discords. We will see you online. Don't forget tonight, Ray Wreckfest. I'll be there. Come and get out your. Come and take on my powerful equipment.